Hi everyone, it's Steve Field in the Prime Safety Department. We're back to our usual format this week. I want to thank everyone that was able to watch last week's video on safety. With so much going on, sometimes it is easy to lose a little bit of focus on safety, but the last 3 or 4 months have just been fantastic. You saw some good numbers last week that we shared with you, and we just want to keep that going. Today we've got our usual speakers. We also have Bill Boehning from security here. There are a few things we need to talk about there, obviously, and we've had some requests for some clarification or some more information on driver company pay for our company drivers, and Stan Auman is here to talk about that. So I'm going to get out of the way here and let our speakers go. So I will see you at the end of the video, and thank you again for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Hello, how y'all doing? See, my essential workers t-shirt, and homage to you all and the job you're doing out there. You know, folks, just when we thought things couldn't get any worse with this COVID-19 virus, now come these demonstrations, some of which are peaceful, but some have devolved into riots and mayhem. And I just want to assure you that we support you in doing what you need to do to avoid bad situations. A lot of the violence seems to occur during hours of darkness. So, please try to plan your trips around getting in and out of shippers and receivers accordingly. We don't want you to do anything that puts you in jeopardy in any way. We value you and your safety much more than any on-time pickup or delivery. So just work with your fleet manager and we'll get through this. We've gotten through COVID-19 pretty nicely. I'm not saying that we can really declare victory there. We're still masking up and taking all the CDC suggested precautions. But again, you've done a great job, and we'll just continue to do that. So, like with COVID-19, be careful, be safe. Just think through these, be thoughtful through these situations, and we'll be successful. I appreciate what you do. Go Prime.
Hey, good morning. It's Wednesday here in Springfield. Last week they took us off the radar and went totally safety, which is our highest calling, so it makes perfect sense, actually. I thought maybe it was something I said and Steve put me on the bench until I straightened out, but I'm going to get it right today. We love you all out there doing your job. We appreciate what you're doing very much. You continue to exceed expectations for our customers. I will share with you that we were selected as the National Carrier of the Year for JBS. And so all of you that have handled that business over the past 12 months have done a terrific job. They have a really powerful carrier base, and for Prime to be recognized as the National Carrier of the Year is really special. So thank you for that. All the while you're doing that and giving terrific on-time delivery, we need you to continue to think about the safety side. It truly is our highest calling, and I'm sure you got good information on last week's tape. In overall business, it seems to be rebounding very quickly. The overall temperature of business is really good. Obviously, we would like to have as many operators out there running as we can now between today and the 4th of July. I think there's tremendous earning opportunities. I think there's terrific demand, and I think you all could do very well. I recognize you're the captain of your ship, and you got to do what's best for you, and we're cool with that too. In closing, I just want to tell you, we want you to continue to protect yourselves, sanitize often, wear your mask, get used to wearing that thing when you get out of your vehicle. We're on the other side of it to some degree. It's not a victory yet. We got to continue to protect yourselves and your families and stay healthy. While safety is our highest calling, you as our operators are right up there with the safety side. So please remember that. We're much appreciative of everything that you do. Business is good. Our salespeople are working hard at creating new opportunities, and we're getting that too. So thank you all very much for what you do, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week. Be safe. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Bill Boehning. I'm in charge of security here at Prime. Over the past month, you guys have dealt with a lot of stuff. You've had the COVID issue, been tough for you. Now all of a sudden, you're facing these possible riots and protests that you may be driving into. So I've been asked to respond to a couple questions that some of the drivers have had. First question is, what should a driver do if they are attacked by a rioter or protesters? Well, if we back up a little bit, the first thing you should do before you ever get there is plan your arrival for your pickup or deliveries. We want to make sure that if you're going to a high impact area, you do that during the daylight hours. Most of our riots and protests have really been occurring at night after the sun goes down. So please try to do everything you can to get into those areas that are high impacted during the daytime. But if you're there and if you see something occurring, first off, stay in your truck. Your truck's your best defense that you got at this time. Make sure all the doors are locked, and you should always make sure your door's locked at all times, and make sure you have a lock on your trailer. You know, we've seen incidents where people have broken into the trailers, start stealing the loot out of the back of the trailers. Don't want that to occur. Secondly, as soon as you get in there, if you start to see something occurring and you just feel unsafe, hit your panic button and call 911. As soon as you hit your panic button, that alert goes out to everybody in security. Your fleet manager will call you up and make sure you're okay. If it gets worse, start blowing on your air horn. Draw attention to yourself. So if the police are coming in, they can hear the noise, respond right to your truck. The second question they're asking is, what are the federal laws regarding drivers defending themselves during a riot? You know, this is a really tough question to answer. You have every right to defend oneself, which is called reasonable. Reasonable is what the law states is the minimum necessary force to remove one from the incident occurring or to push back the person from doing the aggression. Now you can have on your truck, you can have pepper mace and you can have taser. I'd be very cautious trying to spray somebody with pepper mace if you're in your truck and they're trying to get into your truck, because the blowback may get you. So be careful about that. Secondly, if they're trying to get in your truck, at that point in time, you got to get back on the horn, call the police, do everything you can. We really don't ever want you to try to drive through the crowd. That's not something we ever want you to do. So please, by all means, think ahead, plan ahead. And if there's something that doesn't feel right, then don't go there. Wait for a better opportunity. You know, it's all about proper planning, and that's where we ask you guys to go to. So if you have any questions, you can call security at any time, and we can talk through this further. But I wish you guys nothing but safety out there, and make sure, and if, as we move forward, you guys think about everything you're doing ahead of time.
Hey everybody, this is Jim Guthrie in the Reefer Division, back for another week of videos. I want to, first off, I know Steve mentioned it, but I want to congratulate everybody on the JBS Beef Carrier of the Year Award. That's a really remarkable award. Beef business can come with some challenges, and you guys have and gals have done an incredible job with service, and that's going to continue to help us as we move forward. You know, service wins every time, so what you're doing day in and day out to pick them up and deliver them on time is very recognized, appreciated, and that's going to keep us winning over time. So thank you very much for that. You know, we're into June now, so this is a really good time of the year in the Reefer Division to make yourself available as much as you can. This is the last month of the quarter. It's the beginning of summer, so there's a lot of activity going on, and freight generally is really good this time of the year. So the next few weeks are going to be really strong, and so as much as you can keep yourself available, that's going to help to your benefit. So you know, another thing I want to mention, we're over the next few weeks we'll be rolling out the annual driver survey that's administered by Staymetrics. You know, I really want to encourage everybody to take time when this survey becomes available to give us, you know, really honest, important feedback as to how you view things. And it's a very exhaustive survey, covers a lot of topics. So we really want as much information and feedback as we can get. You know, be very honest and brutal. If you want to be brutal, we want it all. So we can only get better by taking feedback from you and making ourselves better. And so these surveys will be coming out. We'll be talking more about them over the next few weeks, but just keep that in mind whenever they do come out. Be ready. So I also want to mention, I know Bill kind of talked a little bit about some protests and demonstrations and disturbances around the country. This is Wednesday when we're filming this video. It sounds like last night was a little bit better in most areas, and we're hoping that things calm down a little bit. But the most important thing for us is for you to be safe. So we're communicating with customers, they're communicating. This is a very fluid situation. There's things change by the minute with some of these areas. And so, again, make sure you take all steps to keep yourself safe. Good communication with shippers and receivers and customers. Stay tuned to the CB, the news. Try to keep as up to minute as you can with what's currently going on. Again, we want you to be safe. Don't take any unnecessary risks, and we can communicate with customers as there are delays. And again, hopefully things are starting to calm down and get better. So that's what we're going to push towards. Thank you for all you do. Just mention again, this is a really remarkable award to get this JBS Beef Carrier of the Year. So you guys and gals have done a great job. We really appreciate all you do. Keep it going, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Stan Auman. I work in the Reefer Operations Division. Just coming here to talk to you today, and wanted to start off and thank everybody for the efforts you're making out there with all the daily challenges going on, and just really appreciate the job that you're doing. My goal today was I wanted to talk a little bit about our company pay package, because we've recently had a lot of questions about that. And I'll start off with our base pay. And in our company area, our base pay, we have solo pay and we have a team pay. So our solo pay starts at 45 cents a mile. Now that's in a condo. If you're willing to go out there in a lightweight, it goes up a nickel, so it'll be 50 cents a mile. And while I'm talking about the lightweight truck, I want to take a minute and talk about how that's a tool, and you leave home and make all the sacrifices. And, if you went through our PSD program, recently upgraded, you're not going to be able to train or instruct for at least 9 months. So let's make as much money as we possibly can that first 9 months and make that extra nickel for every mile in that lightweight solo truck. Now, the team pay, it starts at 55 cents a mile and for that truck, and then the lead seat will be minus whatever his co-driver pay is. So, if you have a co-driver making 14 cents a mile, it'd be 55 cents minus the 14, which would be 41 cents a mile for that lead seat. So those are our base pays in our company division. And then we have several bonuses. We have safety and service. You can make up to 2 cents a mile based on the mileage range, whether you're solo or team on that. And then we have our fuel bonuses, and our fuel bonus is an area where we share our savings. It starts at 7.75 miles a gallon, which really doesn't even come to the equation these days, because we average over 8 miles a gallon. So, we share those savings with you, and that moves up with your mile per gallon. Now, all these numbers I'm going through today will be out there on the app, so you can refer back to what I'm talking about. The team bonus is another area that's very lucrative out there on the company side when you're running team. And the team bonus, you get 25 cents a mile for the first 3,000 miles, and 30 cents a mile for 4,000 miles and up. So you can make a lot of money a week, running team in the company division. So while I'm talking about a company team, I wanted to talk about an option up there. You're allowed to upgrade at 40,000 miles with another co-driver and run 2 A seats on a company truck. And what's that mean? Well, if you were to upgrade at 50,000 miles, you earn an average of $900 a week. If you upgrade at that 40,000 miles with a co-driver, 2 A seats on the truck, you're going to average $1,200 to $1,400 a week. So nice increase in pay there for running company team. And the last area that I have is, and it's a subject that comes up a lot, is company driver detention. And we give our shippers and receivers 3 free hours to get you loaded or unloaded. And after that 3 hours, company driver detention kicks in. It's $17.50 an hour if you're a lead seat on a team or a solo by yourself, with a cap of $150 a day. It's $12.50 an hour if you're a solo. It's $12.50 an hour if you're a co-driver, and caps at $110 a day. But here's the key to collecting that detention. we have to use our time in, time out stamp. A lot of people have referred to that as a detention stamp, but we like to call it a time in, time out stamp because we need to use that on every pickup and every delivery so we can collect these dollars that are due and get you paid when one of our customers delays you. You know, I appreciate, like I said earlier, everything you do, and please be safe out there.
Hey everyone, this is Brian Brown from the Flatbed Division. Hope you guys are doing well out there and staying healthy and safe. We've got a lot going on out there right now, and just wanted to come to you guys this week and tell you how much we appreciate you and what you're doing. I know in some cases these are stressful times, you know, first of all dealing with COVID and also dealing with what's going on in a lot of our cities right now with the rioting and the protests and things like that. It seems like 2020 has been a year that has kind of piled on you guys, and you keep stepping up and meeting the challenge. So we're thankful for that, and hopefully better times are ahead as far as those things are concerned. Just wanted to ask you all to stay safe and try to avoid some of those areas. You know, be tuned in to what's going on out there, and when you go into some of these larger cities, we need to check ahead, get with your fleet manager, we can get with the appointment folks, make sure that they've called ahead or you've called ahead to make sure that your route in there is safe, and maybe check on safe parking at your receivers or shippers just to make sure that you can get in there, find a safe place to park, and not have any issues. Our main goal is to keep you guys safe. If there's any question, you get into a situation that doesn't look good or you don't want to be in, let's turn around, find a different route, call somebody for help, but don't get yourself into a situation that is dangerous. We're heading into some warmer months. On the flatbed side, that means tarping out in the heat. The elements are going to get a lot more challenging for you guys. It's very important that you stay hydrated. If you get out in the heat and are tarping and start feeling like you need to take a break, please do. Get in the air conditioning, stop for a minute. If you've got a co-driver, help each other out. But you know, when it gets really hot out there, it's very challenging for you flatbedders out there. So just be sure you're staying hydrated and keeping yourself cooled off as much as you can. Business right now is good. We've been really trending up going into Memorial Day weekend. Things were looking really good. Of course, we've had some things happen here recently that maybe aren't so great for us or for the economy and the flatbed side, but we feel that in the long term things are trending the right way. Revenue per truck has been really good. 2 weeks ago we had our second best week of the year, so we feel pretty good about the direction we're heading. We want to keep getting those good paychecks out to you guys. If you're out there running, we want to load you and make sure you're making good money. So we continue to push forward. Not every shipper out there is doing well or shipping a lot, but we're finding those that are, and again, leaning on our good partners out there. So really appreciate everything you guys are doing. If you need anything, please call us. Again, stay safe, stay healthy. When you get to those shippers and receivers, please comply with any requirements they have as far as masks and those kind of things, as you have been. You guys have done a great job. Service-wise, we're doing very well. Your service is helping us get more business. You're out there selling it for us, making it easy for me. So appreciate you guys. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
Good morning, I am Brett Vonwiller. I work up in tanker operations. I hope this video finds you well and healthy. Wanted to give you a quick update on the tanker division. The last few weeks have been good. We are running ahead of last year in revenue. We're running ahead of last year in revenue per truck, and our safety is good. Our service is good. You know, you keep hearing the doom and gloom on COVID and the riots, the issues that are going on in our day-to-day lives, but what you guys are doing out there is above and beyond what anybody expects, and I appreciate that. Keep it up, stay safe. Thank you.
Good morning. Good to see you guys again. Hope everybody's doing well. A lot of crazy times out there. Riots, viruses, all kinds of stuff. I know there's a lot of tension going on with the riots right now. Don't forget, COVID's still out there. We are seeing spread throughout the country, and it'll continue to grow. As social distancing kind of gets a little lax, we want to make sure we are doing our part and maintaining that social distance, trying to keep that 6 foot distance away from each other, wearing the mask on our general public areas, And I know it's a pain. I hate wearing my mask, but again, we'll protect everybody else. I am doing it for you. I'm not doing it for myself. So please do the same. Be considerate of your fellow people around you. A couple updates with testing. We still are doing the nasal testing. We are pretty close to having a saliva test, which is going to be probably quicker pickup time as far as detecting the virus, and possibly more accurate as well, and definitely less painful and less uncomfortable for you. So yay. Anyway, hope to have that in the next 1 to 2 weeks. With that, we hope to get some kind of screening process going for the drivers to just make sure your overall well-being is doing well. So be looking for that as well. We'll have some more information next week or two on that. But again, don't forget to wear your mask, wash your hands, hand sanitizer, keep your distance. And if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you are suspicious you might have been exposed or may have COVID, don't hesitate to reach out to Jason Seymour. He can get you routed through us to get tested. And as always, we're here for you. We'll do what we can, and thanks for everything.
Hey everybody, Jason Seymour in Operations. Just want to give everybody a quick update on how we're doing. We got about 20 drivers that have tested positive at this point, so we're up a couple from over the last week or so. Thankfully, again, we just overall the overall health of our fleet is really good thanks to the efforts that you're putting forth in prevention. One area that I would ask for help in is when you're masking up, when you're coming into the buildings, especially the plazas in Springfield and Pittston and Salt Lake City, but primarily in Springfield here where I'm at. I see a lot of folks that are coming out of the plaza and they're not wearing their mask. We're reminding folks gently, we get that it's a habit. Nobody really likes wearing them, but it's an important part to the prevention to keep us focused and keep us all healthy. So we really ask for your help on that. If we're going to remind you, if you don't have a mask, we have masks to hand out. We have plenty, so we can make sure that you have one, along with other supplies, sanitizer that can be used as cleaning agents inside the truck and everything. So just really want to ask for your help on the mask thing. So yeah, on the COVID front, really good shape. Not a lot of change week over week. So thank you for everything that you're doing. I do want to point out, I know this was on the safety video last week, but we're starting to get a little concerned. A lot of these CDLs and physicals that were past due over the last month or so that we're given an extension to the end of June. Well, we're in June now, so we've got like 27 days to get those done. I had to go to the DMV the other day and it was a crazy long line. So please don't wait till the last minute. If you have a CDL or a physical that expired sometime in March or April or May and you were taking advantage of this extension that was given due to the COVID-19, please do not wait till the last minute. Let's start working on that today so that we have the time to make sure that your credentials are in place and you're legal to roll when that extension expires on July the 1st. So if there's anything we can do to help you, I'm out in the plaza. Feel free to call, stop by and say hey. Appreciate all your patience while we work through this and keep up the great work. Thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Cease from the Payroll Department.
And I'm Jesse Cease from the Road Assist Department, and this is our Prime Associate in Training, Amelia.
We'd like to say thank you to all of you for your hard work and dedication, not only to Prime, but also to our families. As you can see, we're working from home, and although that's a little bit different than what we're used to, we're still here to support you in any way we can. Whether that be making sure you get paid,
or providing you with the best service while you're out on the road or in the shop. We're here for you.
Please don't hesitate to call us or message us with any questions or concerns. Thank you and stay safe out there.
Thank you.
Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
Well, I hope we still have everyone tuned in with us, that you've made it through our speakers. We just really put a lot of effort, our speakers do, into giving you good information that's timely for you. We do try to be transparent here. We know there are some challenges with the demonstrations around the country. I think the advice that we got from Bill, from Robert, is you need to look out for yourself. You need to be safe out there. Try to plan ahead. You have a resource in your fleet manager. You have a resource in our security department that's here 24/7. Hopefully we work it so you don't get into a position where you have to make those tough decisions. What am I doing? The vast majority of the country is fine. There certainly are some areas where there are challenges. Be cautious going in there. Get as much information as you can. Be careful. Keep your doors locked. have a plan on how you're going to get in and how you're going to get out. It does look like these demonstrations are starting to wind down, and hopefully that's the case. The demonstrators, they certainly don't have an issue with truck drivers. No one in their right mind would have an issue with truck drivers, particularly right now. You are the folks that got us through COVID-19. We're not through yet. We kind of say we're kind of getting there, and maybe we are. It's tough to judge, but we've gotten this far, and that's due to truck drivers. You've really gotten our country back on its feet. 2020 has been a challenging year for everyone, and we're not even halfway through and we're exhausted. But if each of us individually, if we take care of ourselves, if you take care of yourself out on the road, if you do the right thing, then we're all going to be okay. Remember what we say at Prime. We've got 3 simple sayings. Do your best, do what's right, and treat others the way you want to be treated. Any challenge you're facing, if you think back to those 3 things, I'm going to do my best, I'm going to do what's right. We all know the difference between right and wrong, and I'm going to treat others the way I want to be treated. You kind of use that in your decision-making process, you'll probably make the right decision. We'll be back next week with another video similar to this one. If you have any topics you need us to talk about, just be sure to let us know. Put a comment on there. As I've seen on other YouTube videos, if you've gone this far, please give us a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to us so you get the latest information from Prime. As others have said, we appreciate each one of you. You do make a difference out there, and we will never forget our appreciation for you. Please be safe, and I'll see you next week. Thank you, everyone.